Hey everyone, I am Romal Man, a brand identity designer, strategist, and campaign storyteller. Welcome to my channel. Since this is my very first video on YouTube and I wanted to share something close to my heart, the full design journey of True North Journeys, a Canadian travel and tourism agency. This project wasn't just about designing a logo, it was about creating a complete identity system, a system that could drive brand recall, build trust, and tell stories that go beyond simple tourism ads. So today I'll walk you through how it all started, what inspired me, how I built it step by step, and why every choice was made with the brand's future in mind. True North Journeys came with the challenge that many travel brands face. The industry saturated. Posters of mountains, plains, waterfalls, they all start to blur together. So my job was to transform an ordinary travel agency concept into a brand with distinction, something that would live in people's memories, something you would recall not just when booking a flight, but whenever you think about authentic Canadian travel experiences. So it all started with research and discovery. I always say before you draw a single line, you need to know the soul of the brand. I went deep inside into research, Wikipedia articles, Canadian tourism boards, cultural symbols, indigenous storytelling, migration patterns of Canadian geese. I wanted to understand what does Canada mean to a traveler. The answer was clear. Canada is not just about places, it's about stories, journeys, movement, connection. That insight became the north star of this brand. So then I started designing logo. The design exploration started wide. Sketches of compasses, mountain peaks, paths, waves. I went through dozens of directions because I wanted to capture all the dimensions of travel, exploration, nature, and culture. The breakthrough came when I started merging the initials C and J into wing-like shapes inspired by Canadian geese. Why geese? Because geese are the ultimate symbol of travel and migration. They move in flocks, guiding each other across distances, exactly what a travel brand should represent. By embedding that symbolism into the initials, the logo became more than a mark, it became a narrative device. Every time you see it, you are reminded of movement, freedom, and journeys taken together. That's the brand recall in action. The ability of a mark to trigger memory and meaning instantly. Here's the next step for the typography and colors. Once the logo was locked, I built a system around it. For typography, I chose Nunito Sans as the primary typeface, approachable, modern, echoing the soft curves of the wing-like mark. For clarity and scalability across platforms, I added source sans variable, and to give some emotional depth, the dearly font was used in the latter mark. Together, they created hierarchy, consistency, and flexibility critical for long-term brand recognition. The colors were directly tied to Canada itself: maple red, evergreen forest, lake blue, polar ice. These were not random choices. Each one is anchored in Canada's natural identity, which makes the palette unforgettable and ownable. A palette that not only looks beautiful but reinforces memory structures for brand recall. So here comes the applications. An identity only lives when you apply it. I built mockups for everything: street posters, brochures, Instagram grids, even smartwatches. This tested the design system's adaptability across touchpoints. But more importantly, I created campaigns that tell stories, not just sell destinations. Here's the first campaign: Live the Stories. Most ads just list landmarks. I flipped it. I told people not just visit a city, live its stories. That connects emotionally and makes the brand feel human. Second campaign, we have The Adventure Has a New Address. Canada isn't just landscapes, it's adrenaline. Surfing, ice climbing, biking. By saying your adrenaline has a new address, I referenced Canada as the home of world-class adventure. Both campaigns were designed with bold typography, authentic imagery, and emotional triggers to build instant recognition and stronger brand recall. So what's the result? A brand that travels further. TNG now feels bold, modern, and inspiring. It's instantly recognizable to travelers. Consistency across touchpoints, from billboards to booking apps, the system scales seamlessly, reinforcing the brand wherever it appears. Stories that move people instead of generic ads. TNJ now runs campaigns that connect emotionally, story, making travelers feel part of something bigger. And if you're a business owner, think about this. When someone remembers your logo, your story, and your campaign tagline, that's brand recall working for you. That's what turns audiences into loyal customers, and that's the power of identity design done right. So, this was the story of how I designed True North journeys from scratch: strategy, logo, campaigns, and storytelling. And my goal here is to share more case studies like this so you can see not just the visuals but the thinking, the research, and the storytelling that goes into professional brand design. And if you're a business looking to stand out with a strong, unforgettable identity, let's connect. I would love to help you build a brand that people not only see but remember. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the next one.